Blissful Heart channel. I am Desiree Lee, here to give you your weekly Bliss Fix and Energy read for the week of February 3rd to February 9th, 2018. Hi, welcome back to my channel, to all my subscribers, and for anyone that's new, I do energy reads for the collective as well as twin flame readings. This is the energy read. So this is for your soul and spiritual growth. And it's so wonderful. You know, last week I only released an energy read and no twin flame read, and that was just something I was guided to do based on my own experiences of all that pressure and buildup prior to the full moon that we just had. So, I mean, if you watch the full moon reading, which I do live full moon and new moon readings on my Facebook, and it's still there, you'll see how much I share about like a lot of confrontation with things that we need to let go of. And so I was definitely being confronted by some of my own issues around anxiety, you know, whatever your bigger issues are that are preventing you to move forward in your life, were probably also being triggered for you. And so one of the things that was interesting for me is that when I realized that I was not going to record a twin flame reading, I was like, it's perfect, because the message and the energy read was so much about focusing on yourself that I felt that Spirit really wanted there to be no twin flame read for the week, so that those of you that are viewers of mine would really, you know, put some power into the energy read and see what could happen. So I know that I felt a huge amount of relief and a release, and then there's been like just today, I would say, even this huge upsurge of power and confidence, and kind of just being like, you know what, I refuse to be a victim to my own issues, whatever they are, and I am showing up to God, to the universe, and saying, I'm here, let's do this, I can do anything, you know. And I feel that there's so many tools that help you do this, but you know, a lot of it is about affirmations and just making that choice. You know, I always say everything is about a choice. That's where our freedom of will comes in. So while you might be dealing with some huge crap, like how you choose to handle it and deal with it is your choice, okay? And I always have to like put that out there for anybody who's like, I didn't choose for this to happen to me. I didn't choose for this or that or the other thing. That's fine. You probably didn't. That doesn't mean that it's not something that's here to give you a beautiful life lesson and help you grow and expand and become better. And, you know, I've mentioned it before, but I actually mentioned it in my full moon reading. But you know, we have these tests or these trials, like we learn skills. We have a big test or a big confrontation, and hopefully all the skills that we've been accumulating can be useful in that. You know, just thank you to all of you that have ordered readings from me. I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate your patience, and you know, I just love to be of service. And you know, I just want every single one of you that have ordered readings from me to recognize how you are not only like empowering me to be of service to you, but you're also giving me the gift of fulfilling my life purpose, which I am so incredibly grateful for. And I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate those orders, because it is fulfilling my life purpose, and I appreciate that. And then I also just get so much joy off of sharing messages from the divine with you and giving you guidance. I feel so well equipped, and I'm just incredibly grateful for everything. Let's see. My twin and I are talking about releasing our own YouTube channel that would be more comical and kind of like fun. I'm curious to see if anybody would like be down to watch something like that. It wouldn't have anything to do necessarily with twin flame stuff. But I am, you know, in the works of doing some paid content stuff on dealing with union. You know, if you are in union or you're feeling super close to union, please put that in the comments below as well, because I'm just trying to get a grip on like how many people are in union. I feel like, you know, this is a big union year, but you know, I don't know. I know of like 3 people that are in union right now. So, you know, if you're in union, let me know, and it will help encourage me to get out the information that I feel is so necessary in terms of understanding union, and that whole journey, because it is a new journey. It's like a next level journey, and it's challenging and beautiful at the same time, much like our journey into coming into union. So we are officially in the eclipse season. This last full moon was, I'm in Orange County, California, and that moon was crazy beautiful for days. I was just like, oh my God, I can't wait for this. So I'm really excited about that. And while Valentine's Day isn't happening in this week's reading, it will be happening in next week's reading. So I'm feeling like there might be some really beautiful things happening this month, really. So all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go to the numerology deck and take a look at the overall energy for the collective for the week of February 3rd to the 9th, Spirit. What is the overall energy for the collective? Ooh, 33, communication. And then the secondary deck I'm pulling from is the Halloween Oracle. And I'm asking, whoa, cards jumped out. Had like 10 cards pop out of the deck. So that just means that Spirit is really excited to communicate with us. So what is the overall energy of the week of February 3rd to the 9th for the collective, Spirit? In alignment or adding on to the message of communication. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. Ooh, I love this. So let's pull those cards up on the screen. We have 33, communication, and the Witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. One of the things I love about the book on the guidebook on this is that they talk about how witches have had bad reps, and I really look at this concept of a witch as being a very enlightened divine feminine that is connected to her God consciousness. If you're, I can only speak for the United States because that's where I'm born and raised, but I know that energy of Halloween and witches, like there's definitely like a negative connotation associated with them. But really it's this idea of an awakened divine feminine that is connected with both her underworld and her God consciousness. And I see it as manifestation energy and being able to create and make things happen. I'm seeing like significant change. In association with the communication card, I'm seeing, and the number 33, for this week's energy, I'm feeling like some very bold energy. Spirit's like, just give people the footnote of like, maybe you're feeling overly confident. Maybe there are certain things that you shouldn't say. I'm definitely kind of hearing a little bit of a warning on that. Like, be careful about this energy because it is very bold and vibrant and strong, and it can absolutely propel you into a very, very positive space this week of saying things that you need to say to clear your own heart space and to show up with confidence and coolness about who you are and where you want to go, and like stop tolerating people that are putting you down or making you feel insecure. That is the positive aspect. However, I am hearing like maybe this is one thing that I've definitely dealt with many times in my life, being that I'm intuitive and I can read people. It's like if somebody hurts you and is, maybe for a fact that they're not the kindest of people, maybe they're totally self-absorbed and whatever. You can have your own judgments or opinions about that quality of person, and not to say that you're wrong, but you're an enlightened being with the ability to read and feel, and you do have the power to use your words to really cut deep if you chose to do so. So Spirit is just saying, like, try to be the bigger person in situations like that. Definitely, express yourself, but be careful about the words you choose to use. Because Spirit's like, there's karmic energy that's put out. So, just because somebody's projecting crappy karma energy at you doesn't mean you want to keep that energy going. So you could choose to say nothing. However, this is where it gets kind of complicated, because for some of you, it is like a push for you to express yourself and get some things off your chest. And Spirit saying, just when you express yourself, make it more about how that person makes you feel instead of trying to belittle them or hurt them back, okay? So, yes, that's such a beautiful lesson. I'm so glad that came through. There's no negative karma in saying you hurt me because you make me feel this way when you say this. But there is, the negative, heavier, darker energy of being like, well, you know what? You're a selfish C-U-N-T, and I don't like you, and you know what? I'm tired of your bullshit. And just because, and you could, take it to levels of like your dad or your mom or your husband, and nobody likes you, and so-and-so said this about you, try to stay out of that space when it comes to defending yourself, but definitely, express yourself if you feel called to do so. Wise communication, yeah? And the power of that witch energy is this like monumental energy of clarity and strength. So I feel like, we're definitely going to be bridling some horses here, like really playing with this surge of power that we're feeling, and balancing it out. Be careful with this energy. It's really strong. So for the weekly, I'm going to be using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, which I don't always bring into the energy read, but I am today, and the Heal Yourself Oracle as well. So Angels of Truth, Love, and Light, we're looking at the initial part of the week, February 3rd, 4th, possibly the 5th as well. What are we looking at for the beginning part of the week, Spirit? Card 7, Choose Your Battles. I had a dream about this card, and then this card has been showing up in pretty much every reading I've been doing. And then for the middle part of the week, we're looking at 5th, 6th, maybe 7th. What do we got there, Spirit? Control, card 8. 7, 8. And then for the tail end of the week, Spirit, the 7th, 8th, 9th, what are we looking at there for our overall energy? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Card 3, Nurture. I am seeing an association of the witch energy with the divine feminine empress energy. And then with the Heal Yourself oracles, we're echoing or adding on to the messages of the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. And we have Choose Your Battles and 21, Healing, card 3. Ooh, I like it. And then for the middle part of the week, we have Control, card 8, and Take Off Your Mask, card 11. That showed up for a private just the other day. And then for the tail end of the week, we have Nurture, card 3, and 27, Help from Above, which is a 9. I like that. We have 7, 8, 9. We have 33 and 3, and then we have 21 and 11. So some really powerful numbers coming through. So I will sit with these cards for just a moment, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've had a moment to sit with the cards, and I'm incredibly excited about this energy. I mean, there's definitely a lot of emotional intensity still being dealt with or confronted this week. It's a process like everything. And we see these cycles repeat all the time. It just made me think of a comment that was made at one point weeks and weeks ago, I think, but it just made me think of this idea of oh, we don't ebb and flow, we always just flow, and it's well, that is the philosophy of manifestation, and it's a beautiful concept. However, it's completely unrealistic about being a human being. Your life is full of ebbs and flows. And in terms of how you deal or let the ebb affect you, that is about wisdom and growth as a soul and a spirit, because, you can deal with it in more powerful and healthy ways. However, to say that they are never going to happen is unrealistic. However, maybe you're some superpower person that's not ever dealing with confrontation or ebbing. And I would say, congratulations if that's true. But to me, the ebb is where we learn and we have reflection and we grow and we develop. And I feel like that's what this whole month of January has been, is this ebbing energy of being confronted, of having reflection, of looking at our hurts or our pains or what's holding us back. And we're getting ready to shift into the flow, okay? And I'm hearing from Spirit that's going to happen around Valentine's Day. So we're still working towards flow right now. So let's go ahead and pull those first two cards up. We have 7, choose your battles, with 21, healing. So the dream that I had about the 7, choose your battles, was more about this concept of choosing your perspective on life, choosing what you focus on, okay? To me, and this card can be viewed in so many ways, but the dream that I had, and I feel that it's showing up so that I can share this with you, because I just recently had the dream, is this concept of choosing your philosophy of life, okay? This is very big. It's a grandiose idea of choosing to believe that everything happens for a reason, or choosing to believe that you're, an ant and God's got a magnifying glass and is trying to burn you. You know what I mean? It's very big conceptual thinking about your perspective of life. So choose your battles, choose how you choose to view what is happening in your life. You can choose to feel like you're being punished, or you can choose to go, wow, I am being so loved by God and my angels and being pushed into such bigger, grander levels of growth. What do you choose? And so I had that moment of I choose to believe in the power of my intention. And I know that there's nothing that I can't do, that I can handle everything, right? That's what we're talking about here, is confidence in you. You're still alive. You're still here. There's nothing you can't do. You are a survivor, and take that on. Recognize you're a survivor. And yeah, it's okay to feel down. I'm not trying to shame or guilt anybody for feeling down or defeated, but hopefully you can bring yourself back and go, all right, I'm ready to grab the bull by the horns and take this on. But, that's moving more in towards the tail end of the week, and we'll see more of that. So at the early part of the week, we are having this confrontation of perception and life choices, and there's this healing energy attached to it. So I'm really feeling this calling out of self-love. And seeing where, maybe certain aspects or actions in your day-to-day experience are hindering you or hurting you, in how you choose to let that stuff affect you. I feel like these kinds of conversations can be a little ambiguous sometimes, but I'm hoping that the message is coming through in terms of perception. I feel like that's a bigger message right now for the early part of the week. It's this idea of perception, and definitely taking some time to nurture and love yourself. I'm hearing, that your body and your spirit is calling out to you to acknowledge it. So I'm feeling like a lot of people are experiencing some pain or anguish based on negligence of self. And so it's time to make some more positive choices in terms of how you treat yourself, whether it's through your thought, through your food, through your actions. But there's definitely a clearing taking place in the early part of this week. And so then we move into the middle part of the week, and it's a progression. We see this. We have 8, control, and 11, take off your mask. So the control card is really the strength card. And for anybody that's followed me for a while, that I'm I have to cover that word control up because it conjures up so much stuff for me. But here we're seeing more in reference to that overall energy of the witch and communication. Communicate your truth. And I got chills. Who are you and who do you want to be? And Spirit's you know what? this is one of the things that I feel many of us get confronted with time and time and time again, is this like, well, I'm super insecure about stating something that I see as a truth, knowing how I am, knowing how you are, that I could change my mind in a year or 2 or 3. I might not agree to this in a year, because I feel that as empaths and healers, we are constantly growing and expanding and changing. And so it's like something that you might have a very strong opinion about today, you already have learned in your lifetime at this point that strong opinion can be completely void in 6 months, But Spirit just wants me to say to you, like be certain about something and give yourself permission to change your mind, and try to release this idea of judgment from others of being like, oh, well, she was totally vegan last year and now she's totally eating hamburgers, that idea. That's just an example, obviously, but I'm saying, like, it's okay to change. And if somebody does judge you for changing, just be like, hey, everybody changes their mind. Everybody grows. Everybody's got, I give myself that permission. I hope you do too. So, there's definitely this idea of confronting. So Spirit's telling me, for some of you, this energy does represent what I was just talking about. Like, you're in a space of change and growth, and recognizing that maybe you said things that you thought were really true, but now you're like, no, I don't really agree with that anymore. And so I feel like some of you are feeling that confrontation. And so again, I say that 8 card is strength. I'm seeing this lioness witch energy, this very overly confident, possibly dangerously confident energy of like peeling off your mask and saying, this is who I am, this is what I stand for. So, again, Spirit wants you to do that, okay? It's not that's not, like, the message is do it, but do it with a little bit of discernment, right? Have that power of discernment, which is why the 5th agreement came out. Discernment. Like, I feel like they released the 4 agreements, and then he was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to talk about discernment. Like, you have to have discernment when it comes to certain things, and especially when it comes to, confronting people or standing up for yourself. Have a little bit of wisdom in how you choose to express yourself. So then we move into the tail end of the week, and we have nurture, which is the Empress card 3, and 27, which is a 9, help from above. So what I'm seeing here, again, I made that connection of the witch and the Empress, or the nurture card. I'm seeing this blossoming, this forcing of expansion in the heart. And for some of you, it's happening very organically, and you're feeling so much. You're feeling compassion, you're feeling love, you're feeling fear. Like, you're feeling, you're feeling a lot. And then for others, it's like being forced upon you and you're fighting it. So, I feel like that help from above is more specific to people. Okay, it's for both of you, but for people that are resisting it, like, ask your angels for help. Like, recognize that you are being supported and say, please help me clear this. Please help me see what it is I need to release from this. Allow me to open. I am tired of being in resistance. I want to surrender. Show me the way. Have that prayer for yourself. Now, for those of you that it's happening really organically too, you can pray for the strength and the courage and the bravery to do it and allow it, to continue to allow it, but also to be able to have the insight into where this is taking you, right? So through this week, we can't really see where it's taking us. I think that we'll see that next week, but I can guarantee you that it's taking us to new levels of vibrational frequency, heightened frequency of consciousness and growth, okay? Everything. We're always growing and expanding. So for the last 2 cards today, I am going to pull from the Angel card from Kyle Gray. Angels of Truth, Love, and Light, what is the outcome message you would like to deliver for the week of February 3rd to the 9th? Balance. Thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. Yes. Yes, I feel like that is absolutely true with everything else we've been looking at. then the secondary message I'm pulling from the Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. And I'm asking the angels of truth, love, and light for the outcome message of February 3rd to the 9th, Spirit. What is the outcome message? Success is about the joy I feel. So the back of this card says, when you are genuinely thrilled by someone else's success, that means you are right on the right track of your own. Success is not about getting it done. The measure of success in life is not the attainment of the money or the stuff. The measure of success is absolutely the amount of joy you feel. Yeah. Hallelujah. Okay. I get it. Do you get it? Right? I feel like I don't even need to spend a lot of time talking about these right now, but we'll pull them up on the screen and that way you can see the cards more clearly. But we have the angel guidance of balance. This is definitely something I think is happening right now because, you know, there's always this flux and we're getting this upsurge of empowerment and like charge, you know, I'm feeling like charge energy. Like I feel like we really want to run. Like I feel like everybody has their battle armor on and their friggin' shield of protection and they're ready to go. And, you know, it's like we're learning how to pull back a little with that energy and bring in a little bit of patience and compassion. And then also, right, the bigger message attached to this, which I don't know if I said the number, but 57, which is a 12. You could break it down to a 3, which would give us 4 3s in the reading total, or you can leave it as a 12, up leveling from card 11. But success is about the joy I feel. So again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying in the overall energy about communication and the witch and owning that power of perception. Yeah, I was saying it with the choose your battles too. Having that acknowledgement of like, what are you chasing exactly? What emotion are you chasing? Now, I know some of you are going to be like, well, I don't want to be sad, or I don't want to be angry, or I don't want to be lonely, or whatever. But what are you mentally spending more time focusing on? You know, like choose a feeling that you want and chase that, okay? And then embrace it and take it on as yourself. You are joy. You are success. And while your life may not look successful right now, you are a success because you are here, you are alive today, you are doing everything in your power to exist and seek that joy. So congratulate yourself, be grateful for yourself, accept the things you cannot change, have the wisdom to know the difference, be here now and love life and celebrate today, every moment is a new moment. This moment right now is the moment you choose to say, I refuse to feel sorry for myself. I refuse to believe that I am a victim because I have the power of choice and I choose joy. I choose gratitude. I choose celebrating my very existence, which is a goddamn miracle. And thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Spirit of Love and Light. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for these blessings. I appreciate them. You know, I could go on and on. But I am going to end it here. I want to send you all many, many blessings through this very powerfully charged energy. I hope that you all can handle it. You know, get ready. Things are changing. This is it. We're having it now. Many, many blessings on your journey. I will talk to you guys next week. Mwah.